Hill tower flying 2,000 feet today. Yes, I think. Roger. I'm going to Bravo right now.
So we're here at Modern Day Marine in AAI Corporation's booth showing off our latest version of the LSAT weapon. This is our shortened version of the weapon. We've made several improvements to the original version. We've shortened the barrel, we cut off 4 inches of the barrel. We added a folding buttstock. The folding buttstock adapter allows anyone to use an M4 style buttstock on this weapon and fold it to the side. We also have a 150 round pouch. The weapon is both semi and full auto. We shortened the feed tray cover as compared to the M249. Doing this allows us to attach the rails directly to the housing. This allows us to mount our scope, and when you fire it and open up the feed tray every time, it allows you to maintain the same zeroing point. So the weapon over here is the original configuration of the LSAT weapon. The main goal of the program was to significantly reduce the load on the soldier. The contract was out of the JSAP office out of Picatinny, and we significantly reduced the load through 2 things. We significantly lightened the weapon as well as the ammunition. Both this version of the weapon as well as the compact version of the weapon weigh about 9 pounds. The M249 empty weight was 17 pounds, so just in the weapon itself, you save 8 pounds. The other way we reduced the weight was through changing the way the ammunition was packaged. We took the same M855 projectile as the standard ammunition, and instead of having it in a brass case, we put it in a polymer case. This allows us to save 40% of the weight. With 1,000 rounds of brass ammunition, this weighs 34 pounds. With 1,000 rounds of our ammunition, it weighs 21 pounds. The future of the ammunition could be this caseless technology. Everything you see here in red is actually a solid body propellant. The Marines are very interested in this ammunition. It uses the same projectile as a standard cartridge, at the same muzzle velocity. However, when you fire, everything is completely fully consumed other than the link. The only thing to eject is the link. This ammunition saves 50% weight as compared to the M855. On both LSAT weapons, we also have a quick change barrel similar to the M249. To activate that, you simply pull up on the latch, depress the barrel release button, and slide it out. This allows the user to swap out barrels in a matter of seconds. So the next step in this program is to take this weapon to Fort Bragg and put it through 15,000 rounds, 2-week assessment, and see how it does there. All of this technology is fully scalable. The ammunition, the weapon, it's all scalable to any caliber that the user wants. whether it be 7.62, 338, 6.8. The next step in the program is to start looking at scaling the ammunition to 7.62, and after that we'll look at taking that ammunition and incorporating it into a 7.62 weapon. With all of the calibers, our initial analysis shows that regardless of caliber, you should be able to save anywhere from 30 to 40% weight in the whole weapon system.
The system here that we were going to talk about is the mp4 fire control unit for heavy machine guns. This is the fire control unit, display control unit, and keypad, and basically auto-calculates for the shooter all the ballistic data needed to accurately engage targets out to range to include 2,000 meters. We incorporate off-the-shelf thermal sights to augment an internal day camera and a laser rangefinder good out to 5,500 meters. It comes in two formations. First is a basics model, which basically provides direct fire capabilities and a simplified laser rangefinder, and the second is advanced, which allows for streaming of video, interface to ballistic management systems, so your Blue Force tracker type tools being used by the soldier or warfighter today. And then also it allows for indirect fire in the engagement, or at least the planning for targets for indirect fires as well in a defensive fire. I think where it's truly evolved for the shooter is traditionally heavy machine guns have been area fire weapon systems, and this allows for precision shooting. So because it has the incorporated laser rangefinder, you know exact distance to target, and then all ballistic data other than wind is calculated for in the system. It can support any existing and future munitions as well as multiple weapon stations. So the M250 cal, the Mark 19, the Mark 47, so it really works across the spectrum. But it's the precision that it brings, the reduction in collateral damage, and really the extended range of the shooter, not necessarily the weapon system, but of the shooter to effectively employ that weapon system at range, giving them greater standoff and survivability. The simulator is designed to provide for training in the field or in garrison. Obviously, interfaces with a computer system. Similar to what I showed over there, here's your main keypad control unit. The red button is for lasing range. So you simply put the circle on the target, and I can come to the next target, put the circle on it, adjust my range, and then I come down here and I engage again. It allows for easy transition from targets, obviously. The simulator is designed where we can actually incorporate photos and in-country or in-theater graphics. So now you can actually train the soldier before he actually gets in country. So part of this pre-deployment training can be practicing employing this system using known terrain in front of them that they're going to expect or encounter. Well, it's currently, we had a contract award from SOCOM last year, so in the fall SOCOM purchased this. It's currently fielded in New Zealand, Canada as part of the CASW program, and Norway. SOCOM just received this month the first 18. It's an IDIQ contract for $10 million, so they have the first 18 for final testing and approval, and then we'll go out to the users and start getting them out in their hands.
Have you gotten any feedback yet from the countries that are using it?
They love the system because it's very simple to train on. It enables high burst, or excuse me, air burst capability. So it's also meeting counter defilade requirements. So now with an air burst programmer, you can actually incorporate air burst munitions. So greatly increasing the effects of the munition and its capabilities to be able to engage targets in defilade or behind obstacles.
My name is David Curlis. I'm the president of Performance Polymer Solutions, the composite division of Proof Research. So we develop the materials and design technology for the composite barrel systems. The Proof composite barrel It's similar to a conventional barrel in the contour in that it uses a steel liner system. What we do to produce the composite barrels, contour it down, and we use a aerospace composite overwrap system. So the barrels are lighter and they have better thermal performance than a steel barrel. Precision, match grade accuracy with the benefits of lighter weight and better thermal performance. So we don't see POI shift with sustained firing. The composite and the steel liner system are thermally engineered to work together, and they don't develop thermal residual stresses as you fire. So the longer the barrels, the heavier the contour, the more opportunity for weight savings there are, but it varies from 24-25% in a typical 16-inch AR-15 style barrel to up to 55-60% in a longer bolt barrel system. The proof barrels are 416R stainless, single point cut rifling, hand-lapped precision match grade barrels. Retail price for single barrel is in the neighborhood of $900, depending on the length, contour, and caliber. So the barrels are used by precision shooters, hunters looking for lightweight rifles. We're looking at military opportunities for the gas-operated guns, crew-served weapons, any opportunities to take our technology, lighten the weapon system, and improve performance.
Last year started working on a modern version of the BAR, which is what you see before you now is the HCAR, which stands for Heavy Counter Assault Rifle. A lot of upgrades in this rifle. Obviously the weight is the biggest thing that I've changed. It took from 19.5 pounds, the original BAR, to 11 3/4, so shaved a ton of weight off of it. So there's a hydraulic buffer system in it, and also the adapter accepts any M4 style stock. You can take this off, put a PRS system on it or something heavier, non-adjustable if you wanted to. We've got the receiver, which is lightened, and new takedown pins here. So you can push with a head of a round from the other side here, and those are retained within the receiver. So you can take off the gas tube system and the handguard with the front pin, and the rear two pins would take out the trigger group system. Cleaning. Easy takedown in the field. Obviously a rear rail, front rail for scope, optics, front and rear back sights. You can put a thermal, night vision, anything up here. Go to the other side. You've got a new safety selector, which is a short 45 throw, easy to maneuver back and forth. A new trigger, which is a crisp, very short 5-pound pull trigger. Obviously the pistol grip. You've got the new bolt hold open system here, where you've got a lever release on both sides, dexterous. So you can index this finger forward, drop your bolt. Your mag release is under here, so you can grab your mag, pull that down. It's straight in and out, not cocked like an AK where you put the front end and forward. The new handguard, you've got a little bit of the old touch feel of the 1918 with the checkering. It's got a lot of grip on it, and it's bulged at the bottom so you can get your hand up and around it. You've also got 3-inch sections of rail up on the front at the 3 and 9 o'clock positions for any kind of lights, lasers, accessories that people like to put on there. Another one on the bottom at 6 for most commonly a bipod. Some people like to put a pistol grip down there. We've got a 16-inch barrel, lightened, obviously very much shortened from the original 24-inch. It has the original gas system, adjustable from high, medium, and low. Low would be for suppressed fire, medium would be for regular fire, and high would be for when you get carboned up and you open that up and continue to keep shooting. It has a standard 5/8 24 thread. Right now we've got a Surefire muzzle brake on there, an adapter for a suppressor. Easily throw that on there. Hydraulic buffer system, it allows it to recoil like a 5.56. It's very easy to manage. And go ahead and run through a couple shots here. Start from the open bolt. Here's our 30-round mags, loaded up with a few rounds of 30-06. Straight in. Start the round.
About 100 yards.
So the question being, why did I modify an original BAR or our semi-auto version? Basically, we've been making the semi-auto variant of the 1918A2, which is the original, the BAR from World War II and on. We've been making that one since '96. So the semi-auto system inside is nothing new in this gun. The reason I did it is just because I grew up seeing them built. I've always thought they're a beautiful gun, a mixture between the wood and the steel and everything. Blued and parkerized both look really good. Just a very good design as far as, you know, how it works, how it functions. Yes, it was heavy. There were some downfalls to the rifle, but for the time, I think it was really well made. And obviously, the you know, things like the M2 are still in use today from John Browning. I wanted to make it more universal fit for an older weapon, bring it, kind of revamp it, bring it into the 21st century, add the rails to it, add the, you know, the hydraulic system, the pistol grip, the new features that we love from other weapon systems, put it into something that is proven, battle proven, and, you know, iconic at the same time.
This is actually our dual gun system. It's basically the same chassis as what you would see on most of the RWSs in the Army, the 153 chassis. What's different about this system is that it has two weapon stations on, or two guns. So we have the ability to go with either a 50 cal or a 40 millimeter as the primary weapon, and then we also have the ability to go with a 5.56 or 7.62 as the secondary weapon. So it gives the users an option of whether they want to use heavy firepower or light firepower, depending on what kind of environment they're in. This system has not been in use in the United States. This system has actually been selected by the Canadian Army for the TAP-V program. It is under consideration for the Marine Corps on the AAV SLEP program. The other RWSs, M151 and M153, respectively, have been in service for about 10 years in the United States Army. Well, really what's new and innovative about this system is, one, not only the ability to have two weapon stations, it's the ability to control it from two different locations within the vehicle, to have a commander's override. But also, if you look at this little system right here, laser rangefinder is significantly different than what is on, say, the standard M151 or M153. It gives significantly better range, significantly better fidelity, and better tracking on a target. But with regard to the standard systems that are employed by the Army on Stryker and then roughly 25 other platforms, a lot of strong feedback. And actually, the M153 is actually in service with the Marine Corps on the Gun Pack Gunslinger program. We're just glad to be here. It's always a great opportunity to come home to Quantico, being a former Marine, and we look forward to the opportunity.
Hi folks, this is Mark Finger with LaRue Tactical. I'm here at Modern Day Marine 2012, and we're really excited to show you something that is brand new. Not a lot of people even know this exists. This is a new product that L3 has put together, and it fits on the M240 Bravo, which is a belt-feed machine gun in 7.62. One of the issues that they've had in trying to put together a configuration like this is that if you put a forward-mounted I-square or thermal in front of the 6X on top of this receiver, as you go to open this receiver, this object is going to smash into this. And that's really bad if you're trying to do a reload out in the field, and if you're getting shot at, you're going to have to take this thing off traditionally. So this mount right here would have to come off, and then you could lift this whole thing up. And then you're going to have to reposition this mount. So you can imagine how that would be pretty bad if you're in a firefight. So what they did was created the ability to reach up and swing that out of the way. Now you can lift that, put it back in the position. So what if you're getting shot at and you need to get this thing out of the way automatically? Well, it does that too, as you can see. So you put your belt in, snap it in place, you're ready to roll. One of the other neat innovations as part of this, on a typical deployment of this cover, you would have to reach in and squeeze in on these two protruding parts, which are spring-loaded, and then lift the cover up. As you can see here, this device allows you to rotate that on a cam, and it squeezes those together and gives you something to grip and lift that up with. That's kind of a neat thing as well.
Actually, after a long experience that we have with the X95, AWI did an upgrade, additional upgrade to the X95 micro tavor that's called with the X95 flat top. It has a long Picatinny rail with a backup sight built in, like a rear sight and the front sight. That the front sight still can be zeroing up and down, and also left to right. With the flat top can be attached or reflex sight, any type of reflex sight with the Picatinny adapter, and or telescope, day telescope 4x or 6x, or any kind of night vision, or telescope with even a clip-on that can be attached in the front. The flat top version, as all the other versions, are already being used by customers around the world, and by this actually we are giving more opportunities to the customer to choose exactly what they need.